it's tweeted.
Oh, you twatted without me?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Republic of Players podcast. We're just after scaring Auntie Tinkerbell.
I was reading.
We're here. It's only 3 this week. We had 5 last week. How many will we have next week? I think Ronan and Ronan and Aidan are gone off. They ran off together.
Elimination.
They ran off together, and we don't know where they are. So don't tell Ronan. Don't tell Ronan's wife.
I wish him well.
I wish him well. Yeah.
2023.
This is it. Like one now.
I hope that our audio is okay. Everyone's okay because I haven't done this in a while. Ronan usually takes the wheel, but it's my turn.
Ronan,
how are we? Auntie Tinkerbell, how are you?
Good. I'm very good humor today.
I like your hat.
Thank you. Do you like it?
I love it.
I have several downstairs. I have the fight me little kind of like Boston cap, and I also have a Guinness hat as well.
Sorry, I'm turning up the audio. Turn it up.
So yeah. So
audio.
I'll be making sure that I have my flag, I have my t-shirt on, I have a cap on. I'll make sure I have my Guinness in order. We're gonna be all fitted out because I'm abroad. I gotta represent.
Yeah. And don't forget the alcohol, of course. The main facet of St. Paddys Day celebration.
Of course.
Yeah. I kind of find when you're away from Ireland, you become more Irish.
I'm the pride gets a little bit stronger every time, especially when you find your own kind. That happened to me once at TwitchCon actually last year. I ran into one Irish person. He knew I was Irish. We're like, all right, cool. He goes, is any other Irish person here? And I was like, I'll do the international check. And I went down to the middle. I went, come on, Ireland. And one guy put his hand up, walked out of the crowd with a full-on Irish jersey, putting his hand up. And I'm like, there's one. So yeah, we know the international sign.
And the other international sign is if you're somewhere like abroad that's like warm, it's sunburn. Sunburn is
sunburn.
Big red head with big red face in them.
Sure, they know me when they see me.
I hope the sound is okay now. If everyone let me know, hit a like. John, how are you?
Comments.
I'm perfect, man. I'm same as always.
I
am. Just working away, doing stuff, and making some content. Just the norm.
Yeah, you're making a video of what game we played last week again?
Sons of the Forest.
Sons of the Forest, yeah.
That's right. Oh yeah, I've been watching some great content that I might have to get on board now.
Very good.
There's plenty of room. I think you have 8 people on the server.
All right, I think we should do a nice little Irish roundup and do a little sesh.
Yeah, we had one. We did one after the podcast last week. Me and John and Ronan did one last week. It was good, but it was overwhelming. There was a lot of bad guys.
There was an update though recently that apparently there's like less bad guys. That's in caves anyway. I don't know whether around, but like we couldn't get our footing. Like anytime we tried to stop for a second and like build a base, we were just swarmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know now. I need to be on this. It reminds me of 7 Days.
Okay, I haven't played yet. What's that game about?
It's basically a survival game. You survive for 7 days and you build like yourself a little hut and everything. It's quite good. Quite good. Yeah. Used to play with Cranky. God rest them.
No.
So yeah, it's good crack. So I'm into that kind of game. It's quite therapeutic, fine, and then it gets a little bit intense with these mad NPCs like.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
That's exactly what they're like.
They're like.
I think they got an update. Then I think they turned them down a bit. I hope they did because it was bad.
Them down.
They did. Well, you can't do anything. They just came.
You turn that down.
Yeah, all they do is come in and destroy you every few minutes.
I had a theory though. I don't know why because I've never looked up anything about this. But remember that time we were at the plane and they just wouldn't stop coming. I think we were in like enemy territory because it was like a camp just above us. So maybe that's something that where we were wasn't great for like settling down. But other than that, I don't know. It was relentless.
We need to do reconnaissance on the past VOD and then kind of be like, right, what happened? What's the update now? What are we doing? We got more people. So that way we have a strategy. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Paddy's going to be totally stressed during this and I look forward to him losing his mind.
I'm the one who got stressed.
John got stressed.
The lads wanted to play the next day, and I was like, "Nah, I don't even want to look at it."
John, at the end of the night, John was like, "That was a bit annoying," and I was like, "Yeah, it was a little bit." And he was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Right, okay, maybe we'll play something else then."
Come on, champ, let's go.
Let's go, champ.
I'm ready for it now. I just needed a day or two just to unwind from it.
Yeah, or a week.
For a week, was it? How many hours did you pour into it though? That's the question.
Probably about 6 between the 2 play sessions.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the news. You can't hear a word. I don't know what's the volume is fine on my side. It's popping away here.
Testing.
But it's actually going over into the red. It's that bloody high. So I don't know. Maybe you should turn yours up, dude.
Is it a case that it's who else can't hear me?
I don't know.
Is it all right for you? Tink is lower on volume. God. How's that? Is that better? That's what I'd be
turn up the volume now. Right.
Can you hear me sing your mad scones?
Microsoft. Sorry.
Work away.
Microsoft announced partnership with cloud gaming provider is a Boosteroid to bring more games to players around the world. Does anyone know much about this topic?
I have a general idea what the engineering could be around it.
All right, go.
In consumer point of view, so they already have the fact of like the game bar and stuff like that's going to be available for anyone that's going to be jumping on for the Xbox. I use it thoroughly, right? Now, if you're introducing the likes of cloud gaming into that, you're going to be able to source a lot of users because you don't necessarily need the computer power to run the game. You're going to be relying on the network, right? So it's all down to the consumer network. The great fiber, you're going to be flying. If you got satellite, you're going to have a blink is 300 milliseconds. Just, add on the maths for that.
Blink.
So it's a case of how is the consumer's network. Now, if I was to run it here in where I am outside of Amsterdam, I'm looking at like nothing, like 3 milliseconds at least.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have that render through. Now, when I was running Stadia, I know we shouldn't talk about Stadia.
No, we can talk about Stadia. It's very similar to Stadia in fairness, infrastructure-wise.
God rest her peace.
So they're just outsourcing it, are they really?
It's just a matter of just putting people to the closest node, so to speak, closest connections, closest hub. And like if you look at the way Microsoft has built themselves throughout the years, servers that they have built across like every country, like the way Google has for search.
Yeah,
it sounds like a very good possibility to actually run that feature because it doesn't require a consumer to pay a shit ton of money for an Xbox.
Exactly.
You could run it on your PC. You could run it on a laptop.
Run off a TV.
It's a Ukrainian software development team as well.
So like it really I think it's going to be fantastic of what they're going to be introducing. It's adding more users to the game,
which is basically like Microsoft's motto: more people, more people. Like and
more people. Mm-hmm.
What I will say as well, like, because we ragged on Stadia a lot. This is essentially the same
I didn't.
You didn't, but but Paddy, you've got to understand that I was never ragging on what they were trying to do.
Right.
Like they would say, like games on like TVs and games on phones and laptops that aren't powered enough.
Yeah.
I was ragging mainly on their stupid subscription model.
Yeah, no,
which
was
was
bad.
the whole you had to pay them for the privilege to stream their games. Like, and not that, but no, you had to pay
what is that,
them.
Steam Deck.
This is a wonderful wireless mobile controller.
All right.
You put your mobile phone into, and this is by my lovely. By the way, I'm an ambassador, so obviously this is done from a Namcom rig. So this is guys from Rig who actually do this as well. So check out the website.
Nice.
But cloud gaming as well. This is available on Android. Yeah. So this is an Android controller itself. And it's specially designed with Xbox in mind, right? This is not me making a pitch. There's a video actually making.
She's making a pitch. She's making a pitch.
I'm making a pitch.
She's making a
pitch.
But
I run the game like I think it was Forza actually ran on this and played on it and had actually a really good connection. But it goes down to the same principle. Like I have decent connection. I'm in Amsterdam. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm running off a very good wireless network.
I won't be able to do any of this because of my internet.
They're going to be reaching all consumers. So if it's going to be this way, it's going to be an iPad, it's going to be a phone, it's going to be a laptop.
I'm still not mad about a mobile gaming now, to be honest.
The principle is that it doesn't require the computer hardware power to do that.
I can't imagine playing like Call of Duty on my mobile phone. Just kind of.
I've done it. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. Pitch away. Yeah, I'll if anyone's interested, I can drop the video in. I think it's on Instagram.
I think television might be the big one, like a smart TV that has this attached to it, where you don't need the hardware to play. You can have the Xbox game bar on your whatever television, and you can just boot up Game Pass and not need a console, not need a PC, not need anything.
You could technically if you're running through a web browser, depending on it, or if you have an Android, then there should be like a cloud app instead. Well,
but even just they start making TVs with these integrated is what I mean. If the technology.
But that's the forward thinking. Like, could you imagine? Like, we're already at like the size of my PlayStation 5 for the love of God. Like, compared to my PC, it's quite like tall. we're now going to the stage where like we're going down to like just Apple TV size, you know, like I could run gaming off of this now because Apple has a gaming feature. You know, I can use my controller to do Just Dance. You have it in my hand. Like I can have it on my I have it on my iWatch, so I don't even need it. So I can do all the dancing like this.
Yeah.
If I want to do it, so it's kind of like they're thinking of how do you free the consumer from either buying something like expensive like this or an Xbox or PlayStation, and looking at utilizing some of the operating systems that we use every day, you know, and I think it's a good idea.
I'm kind of surprised that they linked up with the Ukrainian like that for 10 years, like the way Ukraine is under a siege at the minute. I'm surprised because there was I was talking to one of the lad that owns a plumbing shop today, and he was in where he gets his toilets from was blown up in Ukraine. It was like, holy hell. So you don't know what's going to happen from day to day over there. They must be, maybe it's on the other side, hopefully, that they'll be safe.
Oh, this is it. Like, but every day, if you're kind of sitting there waiting for an air raid and you just don't know, you know, like heart goes out to them anyway. And at least there is support getting thrown out there, because at the end of the day, people are still working through this world, right? Obviously, if even a war is going on, they're still working through this world. You see it very clearly.
Anyone played this next game? Is it only new? Meet Your Maker. It's going to be a PS Plus starting game. Also, a new game. It's been released on April 4th. It's been leaked. Leak.
There you
go. The same day the game launches, so it's new to release. I wonder much. It's a freebie. What's it about? Building and raiding game. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where Earth is on the brink of total annihilation. As the custodian of
this.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I do love those type of games.
It's now the era of everything needs to be demolition. Bring back another Fallout.
Well, John loves Fallout, don't you, John?
I do. Never played 76 for obvious reasons, but
it's been like 5 years though when you think about it. At E3, I remember when it was getting like promoted, so it should be on the cusp of getting us a new something.
I love a great survival game. I love survival games.
I wouldn't say there'll be a new Fallout for a long time, because they've Starfield first, and then they teased the new Elder Scrolls game a few years ago.
Stop! Yeah,
there's been no word of a new Fallout game just yet.
Elder Scrolls. It'll be a long time before you see the Elder Scrolls, is it?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like they're all about Starfield at the moment. Like that's the one they're looking forward to.
That's been postponed a couple times, isn't it? Starfield.
Yeah, we've seen bits and bobs of it. It got delayed again now to September 6th, I believe.
Yeah.
And from what we've seen, it looks like it looks a lot like No Man's Sky. I won't lie, because that's what we saw from it. They were doing terraforming.
In fairness,
they were building.
They're doing well with awards for the last few years. So like, you know.
Remember the hype around No Man's Sky, and it's turned into a good game now. But holy hell, the hype!
There was hype, but it turned into a fantastic game. Yeah. It really did. It is a top-notch game. They really did, because what they did was there's a great. I think I bring it up every time we bring it up, but there's a great documentary by the internet historian about that whole story. First, it tells us from the public side, getting lied to, all that, and then it tells it from the developer side from the start, and it goes through all the stuff that they've introduced since. Everything's been free updates. They've delivered on the game that they promised and more, and everything has been free since the base game.
Nice.
That's nice, at least.
What about the Starfield game? Does it look good?
It could be good. Listen, I'll definitely give it a go. It's definitely in my wheelhouse.
Is it going to be like a full price game?
Oh yeah.
Well, it has to be.
Big money, €80, €70.
Well, man, there's no such thing as €70 anymore. We're going 80 to 90 by next year with the inflation. And that's the thing. I'd be alright with it paying for the actual plastic, right? I like me tangible things. You hear me barking, right? But if I'm buying digital, at least cut down the price. Come on now. For the environment.
The environment. The pocket.
Some games.
Anti-Tinkerbell gets woke.
It's not exactly AAA now. It's not exactly like Mass Effect or anything like that. I don't know why I said Mass Effect. That was so random. But like Sons of the Forest, $28.99. I mean, that's a great price game. And it's those little kind of indie games, those niche games that you'll get innovation, and you'll get kind of a lot of people are getting kind of fed up with the same type of games coming out. And fair enough, Sons of the Forest is a lot like The Forest, and there's a lot of survival games that came out since that are a lot like it. But it's something fun, it's something a little bit different, and I like these little kind of in-between games. Another great one was Senua's Sacrifice,
Right.
Yeah.
which came out. Fantastic game, about 8 or 9 hours playtime, but that's kind of what you want when you're an old
That's
man.
John's
like me,
pick of the
because-
week.
I'll do pick of the week. Senua's Sacrifice is
We
fantastic.
need like a creaking sound, like of your rocking chair when you're introduced. It's like, you really want to chill out.
Give me a good 10 hour. Give me a good 8 to 10 hour game. Like, what? I'm not even joking. Like, Resident Evil 7 is phenomenal, and like people were saying that was a bit too short.
I couldn't play that in VR. I tried it and I was like, nope,
I
not for me.
loved it. Speaking of Resident Evil, did you just try the demo? Did you know? Number 4, Resident Evil 4
Yes.
remake.
I did. I just tried it there before we were talking about before the podcast. I was like, I better give it a go. It's very good. What I kind of forgot was, because it's been so long since I played Resi 4, they did the whole Resi 2 remake, which was Leon as well. So they do this little cutscene at the start of the 4 demo, which alludes back to Resident Evil 2. But like, oh, I can't believe I survived that, and blah blah blah. And it shows clips from 2. It's like, oh yeah, in remake sense, this is like a sequel to the remake of Resi 2 because it's Leon again.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of forgot about that. It's very good. Imagine
That's nice. So
imagine the Resident Evil 2 remake, but 4. I'm not even joking. That's basically what it is. It's the same kind of graphics. The buttons have been, because the buttons for the game when it originally released, it was before everything was kind of synced and everything kind of had buttons that we all realized. People were still being wonky with how control setups were.
Yeah.
So it's a more streamlined control setting, and yeah, it
felt clunky back in the day, or it felt good back in the day. Now it feels clunky. A lot of old games.
Exactly, because I did that. I went back and played 4 a while ago, and it plays very clunky. But no, if you played Resident Evil 2 remake, you'll know what the controls are like. It's one of those things where I picked it up. They didn't tell me how to crouch, or didn't tell me how to run, and I knew how to do all those things immediately. And
down,
yeah,
left,
just
right.
updated graphics and everything just seemed.
When is that game coming out?
I think in a few weeks.
A few weeks.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It should be in a few weeks. Usually, it's going to be
Full price?
up around this 80 blips probably. Oh, let's have a look. How much are we saying in the chat? Give us
I'd
some
say it's
dollar
going to be like
signs.
50, is it?
I reckon 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 was full. I think 3 was like 60 or something. Because people weren't happy.
They keep robbing us. They keep robbing us.
I'm telling you now, they changed right out of me pocket. Okay, so you're looking at. Is that the remake though?
Yeah, well.
This is what it
say
has
so.
in the European market. Let me have a look here. I just want to be sure.
What's everyone playing in the
This is-
chat while we're waiting? Hurry up.
Apparently, it says here it's going to be 60 blips.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised because
Inflation.
That's like the new €30.
54.99
like last
pound.
year.
70. Jesus, their numbers are everywhere.
Oh my god, I can't stand it. That 6 looks like a 9. No,
there's probably a deluxe edition. Where
I
they
haven't
take
played
the
Resident Evil
jacket
8
or
yet.
something.
I must play it.
let's have a
Yeah,
look
it's
here.
good.
Let's see if they're probably going to launch some kind of like special edition shite.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. Leon gets a lovely jacket, pay an extra tenner. Yeah.
You could do a
Yeah.
PS5 game share now these days, can't you? It's a lot easier
Yeah,
than
you
it used to
can.
be.
Yeah.
It used to change, make my computer your computer and all that crap. You don't think you can do that anymore.
Primary
Primary, yeah.
PlayStation. Yeah, that's it. That's what I do. I have like
Here's something that
Yeah.
I can't really get over, and this is it's
Tell
just
me.
ridiculous.
Tell
It's just
us.
ridiculous.
Tell us.
Counter-Strike skin sells for $160,000.
Welcome to the
Who is
metaverse.
swinging that?
Mother
kind
of God.
Around
To be fair, it says, to be fair,
320.
it's a nice and colourful cosmetic. Is it?
Wait, hold on. But
Is
like,
it now?
why do they compare to around 320 PlayStation 5 consoles? Is
It's
that
just
digital?
so us dumb people like us can, know
Is
what
that digital or disc? I need to know.
It's clickbaity.
It's
That's what it
clickbaity,
is.
yeah.
That's what it is. I'm sick of the
Exactly.
media.
What is it?
Right.
One floral themed AK-47 skin just sold for an eye-watering sum. One user paid the equivalent of
What does it look like? I
160,000
bet it looked like
on a
shite.
Chinese of Buff, a third-party site for trading CS:GO skins for the above the going rate of one other. Why?
There's a mad market for that stuff, dude. I don't understand.
Jinx.
It's like anything. It's rarity.
I have been enlightened the last 2 weeks about this whole industry when it comes to people paying for digital items. I had that exact conversation not long ago with someone.
Ah,
and
but
I
this
was
is
like, "Listen,
$160,000. You can buy a house.
I didn't get offered that. I was sitting there all like, man, I think we're undersold then if this is the kind
some...
of malarkey that's going on. I'm putting my account up for $1 billion.
This is some rich kid selling, or I just can't believe it's someone using their own money. It has to be someone using daddy's money. It's like a big credit card. They've got they've got the platinum.
In fairness, it could be daddy. It could be someone who just has a lot of money who just wanted it. It's got to do. It might blow our minds. It might blow our minds.
No. Name them. Name them right now. Name them.
Seamus O'Toolahan. I don't know.
Deterred.
Seamus O'Toolahan.
Deterred.
I am Esquire.
It might blow our minds, but it's why stuff like that sells for that much money in the real world.
Do you know what it looks like?
It's like probably only one or
Main
two.
Street. You need to come to Donegal. You get a house for that.
Let me see if it's pretty, and then we'll decide.
I think pretty. It's not got to do with it. I think
Shut
it's
up.
a rarity.
It's like the person that
if
sold.
I had to swing this thing around, actually, it is quite pretty. I wouldn't say it's 160 grand pretty, but Yeah.
Someone bought the original NFT of the first ever tweet, and now it's worth feck all. That's what you get. That's what you get. Your man's absolutely. I bought it. Now no one else wants to buy it. Yeah, because it's just words in a PDF. Feck off.
Only words.
No, it's words. I just can't. I never got them.
To get this
NFTs don't really make sense. I do own a couple, but they don't make sense.
No, they don't make any sense.
No.
It made more. Again, I think we were talking about this last week. It made more sense.
There might be a bit of history on this thing, flicking around the interwebs. Conspiracies. Someone drew this thing out, hand drawn as well. Oh, very nice. It has it looks like there's a hell of a following. There's phone cases. My girlfriend made me this custom phone case. There's girlfriends loving their boyfriends with this. Has to be worth 160,000 bob, lads. Obviously, you don't know what the crack is.
Well, to be honest, our next story as well is more to do with people getting ripped off. Epic Games ordered to pay $245 million in refunds to Fortnite players tricked into buying unwanted charges.
Really?
Yeah, I think you can go back now and you can sell all your skins back to them. So that'd be great. I can make a fortune.
Which they did not want to do. That was kicking and screaming. We'll say, understandably.
It's the digital world we live in. Things are worth money now.
Fortnite's
Jinx probably has a hip as well. I've got the original Black Knight, which is that's a big one.
It's sort of fortune.
It's how hard and
it's part of her bleeding dairy. That's
Epic Games are always in the courtroom for something. Remember the big fight against Apple that time? I don't think it really happened after that.
Yeah.
But they did the whole we're gonna just swing it right in the competition, and Google.
Yeah, we're gonna make our own thing.
Google was like, "Nah, we're gonna drop." That's it. Yeah. That's what they should have did.
I have 3K worth of skins.
They would have so much money.
Jinx, how do you look that up? I need to see how much is mine worth. I haven't played Fortnite in so long because they ruined it.
How do you look it up though? Visit here so you can see if you claim a refund. I bet it's gonna be like, haha, we hacked your account.
When it happened, I think it's fucking today.
Fortnite refunds. The Federal Trade Commissioner is sort of technically of America's this is an American thing. I don't think I'm eligible at all.
America.
This is for the it's all in Freedom Books as well. So V-Bucks to Freedom Books basically. So you're looking at dollars for this. So Epic Games, the company responsible for the popular online video game Fortnite, has agreed to pay 245 million, that's Freedom Books, to settle FTC allegations related to in-game purchases. According to the FTC, the company charged parents and gamers of all ages for unwanted items and locked the accounts of customers who disputed wrongful charges with their credit card companies. So what you can do is you can basically call up and say, hey, I want to do a charge back, and then you talk to your credit card company. FTC plans to use the settlement money to provide refunds to Fortnite gamers in the US who were affected by the company's billing and refund practices. Who is eligible is the question, people. Who is eligible, right?
Me.
Parents who you're like, all of my kids are guilty.
Yeah.
Parents whose children made an unauthorized credit card purchase in the Epic Games Store between January 2017 and November 2018.
Jinx,
players.
I think Jinx is talking about you.
Are you?
He goes, who is she? I've seen her TikTok a few times. Your TikToks are getting around.
Am I? I'm getting around, am I?
Whoa.
Anyway, okay, so Fortnite players who were charged in-game currency V-Bucks for unwanted in-game items such as cosmetics. I love the fact that they actually.
I don't know how you end up getting them unwanted.
Such as cosmetics, llamas, or battle passes. Llamas. verbatim.
It's
right?
like I accidentally clicked 5 times and now I bought something. Just
Now,
like, so what?
This is this is only if it's between January 2017 and September 22, right? So 2022.
January 17th. Well, I was definitely playing back then.
Oh, were you? Same here.
I think everybody's playing.
Yeah.
John played the first time on our
Ninja said so we all got on board.
On our 24-hour stream. It was good crack.
You know
John was hooked for a couple of days and then he
this is it, like I got pulled into it too and then I hated everyone. Fortnite players whose accounts were locked between January 2017 and September 2022
locked
after disputing unauthorized charges with their credit card companies. So those 3 are eligible for.
Have you ever paid a lot of money for anything online digitally? Why, except for games? Like, have you ever played for skin or?
For a while, this is back in the day. I will say,
Drama Llamas.
About 10 years ago, I used to be mad into buying FIFA packs for Ultimate Team.
Oh,
that's a whole different.
The original gambler game.
Oh my god!
This is years ago. Years ago. And it was literally like I used to walk down. This is how long ago it was. I used to walk down to Extravision. I used to buy €20 PSN points, go back, spend it all on cards, and then like maybe a few days later be like, I'm not gonna do it again. I was mad.
Wait, hold on. Were you the same child that went up to the shop and filled up his bleeding folder with cards from soccer players that are like?
Well, I did it with Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
No, I was like,
Pogs.
I was that guy.
You're so old. You're so old.
I used to have so much money because I used to be constantly just selling players because I used to be getting cards all the time. So it 100%.
Were you dealing in the yard? Like you're like, listen, man, I'll give you a right keen for your Schumacher. No.
No, I wasn't.
Schumacher wasn't. Actually, they did have F1 cards if I remember right, because we were only talking.
Oh, they have everything.
Because we're watching Drive to Survive. I was like, do they even have the stickers with the gum anymore?
Jinx, was this in digital Yu-Gi-Oh or was it real Yu-Gi-Oh? When you paid 600 something. Gran Turismo paid almost 100 for special edition. The game was awful. We've all done that though.
Ah, sure. Who hasn't been?
Everyone's so excited about the game. Then you buy the big special feck off edition, and then it's crap.
And then it's crap, and everyone's like, "Why did I buy this?
Why did I bother buying it? I'm so afraid of my life. I've no money for food."
The one thing about this Fortnite case, now I'm not 100% sure because it was settled, so I don't know whether this would happen or not. But I like the idea. I like the idea of companies losing these things because I hate these predatory practices.
Oh, we promised not to be a big corporation.
No, but
you are in your tower. Like, what's going on?
What I'm saying is, I like
Lord of the Rings.
That there's these precedents set. Hopefully, that you can get some legal precedents set that can stop stuff like this happening.
Well, then they should really take down the FIFA packs.
But they did that over in the Netherlands for a bit, and I think they're back up now.
Belgium, I believe. Oh, they might have done it in Netherlands as well. Belgium was the first one.
Big gambling laws here.
Spud, what's the crack? But that's the thing, though, is that FIFA does it every year. Just releases the same game, and then you have to restart your team, Ultimate Team again, and you have to go buy all the stuff back again. It's like, oh, thanks for stealing all my money, you predatory bastards.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
You son of a corporation.
I don't know whether this will set legal precedent because it was settled, so it was never actually finalized in court. Would say it got settled. It said, I believe.
Right. Well, it probably happens a good bit. I'd say. Maybe if you feck with Apple, these things happen to you. It's like, oh, what did you do 20 years ago?
It was less about, from reading the article, it was less about the fact that you could buy them. It was the fact that it was what they call quote unquote dark practices that kind of entice kids and people with gambling addictions to do these things. And
it's the scepter of being rewarded. You know what I mean? Look at Candy Crush. Look how many elbows he lost at Candy Crush. How do you finish Candy Crush?
You don't finish it. I got up to like a level, I don't know how much, a couple of hundred.
My auntie still sends me requests.
I got a few hundred on it, and then it just gets too hard, and all they want you to do is spend money, and it's just like, nah, I'm not spending any money. It's the whole like,
you got something.
I ain't spending money with you.
Like, get out with it.
Jinx, the old street, like Twitch has gone to fuck, to be honest. I'd be honest, he's saying about the gambling. You're not allowed to gamble on Twitch anymore, are you?
No, that's over to Kick. That's Kick.com. I already tasted
Kick. Is Kick not a messenger app?
No, that's KIK.com.
Yeah. Okay. And Kick is KICK.
Yes.
KICK started.
Does some football team not have that, for God's sake?
Trainwreck, wasn't it?
Trainwreck and basically Stake.com, the site that people are gambling on, started their own streaming platform because they got kicked off of Twitch.
And one fella went mad and started showing Fanny all up in that
there's loads of stuff.
and then asked how old people were, and they were like 12, 8, 9, 55, 60. It was just alarming.
Aiden Ross was just showing straight up porn on stream.
Well,
Twitch is nearly showing porn on stream. Let's face it.
This was literally porn.
This was like 100,000 people of family of all ages.
Is Twitch not turned into like Babe Station? Be honest. I know you haven't. Yes, no, me joking.
Yeah, I do ankle.
You do ankles. Oh, jeez, that's too much. That's too much.
I sell me hairy ankles in little jars. So let me know and I'll hook you up.
You sell your ankles in jars?
No, me hairs of me ankles. You feel
hairs in your ankles. I'm sorry.
You're jealous.
How many ankles do you have?
2.
Hairs on your ankles. Hairs by Tink.
Hairs by Tink.
Hey, if you can sell freaking bath water, you can sell your hair on your ankles.
Listen,
please.
I tell you,
you're gonna make me sick, Cesar. You start
like
you on.
Bank with her farts.
I feel like it's going.
Her farts, lads. How do you have that rational conversation with yourself?
I don't know how anyone has a rational conversation.
They sell out.
She's selling farts.
I don't know who's worse, the person selling it or the person that's buying it. Like, it's just.
Like, what happens if you have a bad belly night? You're still filling up the jar, right? Like,
exactly.
Do you think these people are sick?
That's what they want. The stickier, the better. Do you not understand?
They want that bit of.
They do.
Do you think these people are sitting there with the jar sitting behind them while they stream or something? Yeah, I've got
Those
it all.
Those people are sick.
You gotta collect. gotta catch a ball.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty.
Could you imagine just getting up there and being like, oh yeah, you crack one
Spud said my hot tub has been delivered next Monday, so I'll be back on Twitch then.
It tastes like
I'm sure you'd be
Saturday night's regrets.
Some people drank that bath water and they got very sick.
They got sick. They got salmonella and stuff like that.
Of course they did.
What happened to that girl? Listen, she's making. Listen, if you're able to set up overlays, that's the way I see it. I've
never went to get sick on the stream before, but Jesus Christ, the sick. There's some weird people out there.
Yep.
There is. And are willing to pay top dollar. So you want to put those kids into college? You think about that.
That's the problem as well. That they're all hidden. They're all like everyone. You don't know. You could be talking to John right now, and he could be doing it. I don't know, John. Is it you? Is it you?
There I am.
At the end of the day,
I've got 3 fart chairs, 2 bath waters, and a sock.
And a partridge. No, listen. At the end of the day,
is it your sock? Is it your sock?
It's funny to me, but at the end of the day, it's none of my business because I don't know what you're doing, and I respect that. If you're able to set up an overlay, that's the way I see it. I think you know what you're doing.
Just about set up an overlay.
You. I respect you to say it's none of my business. You keep rolling, and they keep. It's obviously a supply and demand that they're filling.
Oh,
it's easy to vacate. It's easy to vacate an idiot and its money, especially if they're a sick son of a bitch.
Off my hands, it's fine. You know.
Right, let's go on to
anyway,
Russian hackers threaten Ukrainian stalker 2 devs. Things go badly. On the 11th of March, a post on a Russian fan page for the Stalker series boasted of having hacked into the development Stalker 2 and started making threats to the Ukrainian developers of the game. Developers have now responded and basically told them, go to hell!
Go to hell.
So, I think you're mad to talk about this. Give us a lowdown on what you think's happening here and what we should do and how do we stop these hackers.
We say nay. We say back away.
We say nay.
I say nay. No, basically what happened is the hackers, when they kind of, hacked in and lads said, go and yourself, basically. Or sorry, I have a thing for that. Yourself. And basically they recanted with you, basically rethink your attitude towards your players in Belarus and Russia. So it was a lot of backwards of, hey you, I'll do this if you don't do that. So a lot of pushing around on the playground. We're going to hit them where they hurt.
It's a bit of a playground. I don't know about playground.
Do you hear what I'm saying? It's getting here.
Well, they are at war now, to be fair.
I get it, you're at war, but it's getting to the point where it's just it's just...
there is a lot of backlash for this game, though, Stalker 2. There's not a lot of people want to play it.
There's so much, just happening all at once, and I'm sitting there going, I just can't believe that these lads are getting arse hurt over the fact that, they can't have Belarus and Russia playing. You know why, right? Mm-hmm. You know why, right? If Ireland was thrown into that situation, Jesus, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'd lose.
We lose. Well, this is it. But at the end of the day,
would you let a political statement or the way you feel about politics stop you playing a game or watching something?
It would have to.
It has to have a good impact because not everybody says yes to a war, right?
No, but no, obviously war is bad. None of us, I don't think any of us agree to the war.
I don't want, like, no, I didn't never.
But I would never. I don't think I can blame. I can't blame all.
I
can't blame all Russians for Putin. You know, I can't.
That's
blame.
what I was going to say.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying as well. Hashtag not everyone. Not everybody said yes. Do you know what I mean? But not everybody is forced to say otherwise. You know what I mean? Like
I was about to get in there. I was about to say it before you said it. I was going to say I'll play devil's advocate for a second and say that number one, it is a bit like harsh that normal people from Russia and Belarus can't play games, even if it was just not localized. It's because
exactly
the Stalker series is very popular in Russia and Belarus and stuff like that. So I can understand that, but at the same time, I don't think the way you're going to convince them to do it is to hold them at ransom, saying, by the way, we've a load of gameplay, we've footage, we've all your assets.
This is not like the way of doing forward. Like I understand that you want to be part of the community. I want everyone to be part of the community, of course I do, but like not in the way that things are going right now.
Yeah.
And if you recognize that, and your action is to go after just go a layer deeper into this multiverse of what we're falling into, is not the way forward, right? Yeah. You kind of have to look at where you're getting pushed down on the head. Like, is it a case that it is political reasons that they're going this direction because they know there's a lot of gamers in Europe?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not
Russian hackers are really infamous, though, aren't they? Same as the Chinese ones.
But that's why I kind of like pull back and going like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, this is obviously something else pressured on someone else.
A lot of wars are fought digitally these days. Like, you take down people's infrastructures, 100%. And like the way they came after the HSE last year made a massive impact. Like in Ireland.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'm not disputing
even though we're very, very, very bad infrastructure here for hackers. Sure. If it happens, it happens. We'll see on the day. We'll see on the day.
It's just kind of like every other game is kind of getting hacked to pieces in some kind of form or fashion as well. I'm kind of like, I'm just a little bit tired.
You notice that a lot of like there's not much viruses on the computers anymore compared to what they used to be. Remember LimeWire?
That was waiting for you, basically.
Exactly. That was like, here, download this thing and book viruses.
I'm green. Love me. You're like, oh.
Well, yes, I think I will get this.
Did you watch The Last of Us?
Yes.
You did watch it. You watched the last episode of The Last of Us. Spoilers! Spoilers! John, what'd you think of it?
To be fair,
now
I knew what was going to happen. So
I was waiting for this.
There was a bit of emotion gone out of it for me, but I also found I thought it was a little rushed. I think it could have done more than the 43 minutes. I honestly, I
agree.
Think so.
I agree. Yeah. I thank God someone said it because I did feel like it was a bit very fast in a way. Like with little things. So it kind of went from one kind of like sweeping to the other, but yeah.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. The whole series was very compact. It definitely could have been longer, but they're probably just seeing how the first season went. You see that a lot with TV shows, so they end up like at the end just get it out. But to be honest, it's been so long since I played that game. I played it so many times that I kind of forgot what was going to happen. Yeah. But it's a very good series. Overall, it was brilliant. Fantastic. I can't wait for season 2.
Did it change your opinion knowing what you had as the ending as a game versus what we got as the ending there?
It's the same ending though, wasn't it?
Yeah. What about your feeling on it though? Did it have the same impact on what you felt then versus now? Did it change your opinion? Which way was he wrong? Was he right?
Oh well, I have gone back and forth on this, and it was more because
Is it because of Pedro Pascal?
Because I've read other people's opinions on it since, and I actually when I finished the game myself, and I thought I actually saw it. How spoilery can we get about The Last of Us Part 2?
Right.
I don't think we can, dude. Not that much, because I haven't played
it. Okay, fine. No, I won't. I'll phrase it differently.
Stick to the script as much as you can and float around there.
So, Joel, right? There was things that happened. So essentially, I saw Joel. He was kind of the villain because they could have saved humanity. He decided, you know what? I just want to save this little girl, which is noble. But on the grand scheme of things, he killed a lot of people that all they wanted to do was try and save the world. But having read up on it since, I have to agree that there was no guarantee that the Fireflies could, like, Ellie may have died and nothing would have happened, and that probably would have happened because people going from 2003, like, do you remember what happened when that old woman was told, sure, couldn't you, one of the best people in this field in the world, just make a vaccine? And she said, bomb the whole place. Are you joking me? You can't make a vaccine for this. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I am kind of on the camp of there probably was never a hope, and Joel may have known that, but I don't think that's why I think he just wanted to save Ellie as well. So it's a really tough one. I don't think he's as big as a monster as people think.
Well, it kind of goes back to all the whole way back to episode 1 when his daughter died. That's like he's been living through that. That's why he says Ellie kind of a daughter figure.
Waiting for Paddy to come in with the daddy opinion. Let's go.
And then he's not going like the whole season. That's all he wants to do is protect her and not hesitate. That is the main thing that you see with Joel, because he hesitated in the first episode, and that's how he ended up getting his daughter not killed, but didn't stop them. And jump in, Roman, if you ask, man. I think that he's asked to jump in. I'll have to try and get him in and be like,
squeeze him in.
But
Put him on your lap.
But Joel is an absolute beast, man. I would not like to go up against that lad.
That penicillin.
In fairness.
Penicillin some stuff for some.
I think she OD'd him as well, but I don't want to say it. But I have to say, like, even from the starting episode, as you even see the back of the truck with the bumper on it, you could tell that he was like from special forces or something to do with like Iraq or fucking Afghanistan or something like that. Like some kind of like marksman. No one goes around.
I wonder how many people he's killed in the show. Even Jesus.
I don't know what the kill count is. Because anyone find that out?
It's like fucking. It's like Rambo. He's the amount of people he kills. I haven't got time. Boom! I haven't got time.
Good night.
Like, that's who he was.
So good. Like,
he reverted back to who he was to save Ellie, because that's what he said. He's like,
but that's his strength.
But he said these 20 years that like he said to Ellie, I've been murdering people just for their shit. I've been a dickhead. I've been a raider.
There's rumors now going back. There's going to be a prequel game going through all that.
There was a thing I saw on TikTok. Now it was Troy Baker doing mocap and having a script that was all blacked out, and he was like, wish me luck. But people are like, oh my god, this could be The Last of Us. But
come on.
But the thing is, Troy Baker is in everything.
Yeah, but that's it. So
that could be anything.
Like I think he's just going on to the height of like just the last episode. He's like, oh, by the way, guys, teaser. But like, Joel is both wrong and right, okay? But for a selfish reason, okay? He took his own selfish needs as a daddy, okay? And I get it that it could have been a case that maybe she couldn't have been saved, but there could have been a chance that they could have saved someone. And the thing is, they didn't give her the choice.
No.
Neither did he.
I to be honest, I couldn't do, even if it was someone I knew, or like I couldn't let them die for that. I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to. I'd have to try and save them as well.
I wouldn't even have a gun. I would have something a bit more power. And
because I think they were going to shoot. I think they were going to shoot Joel. I don't think they were just going to let him go onto the highway. I really don't think they were going to.
Do you not think so?
That's just speculation. The actually good thing, I saw a thing on Twitter that in the game, and they changed it in the show, that when he's like escort Joel out, and if he tries anything, shoot him. Yeah. In the game, they actually escort him past his pack.
All right.
And he kind of looks across, and he kind of like, and I think the implication was supposed to be that they were never going to let me go. They were going to keep my stuff, and that's one of the reasons. Honestly, the main reason is still to save Ellie.
It might require a rewatch soon, then.
But that didn't happen in the show.
The giraffe scene happened, which was a big thing.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Was that early on in the game though? Was that giraffe? Yeah, I thought it was like the first place they went to, thinking that the fireflies were there. The university, wasn't it? The university was the first one, and then there was there was a zoo there. It wasn't that late on. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. What was your favorite episode for the season?
Oh my god.
Mine was the second last one.
Yes.
Which was
the second last one with the hunting down.
It was very, very, very like was that the Christian one? Your man, well, he wasn't Christian.
Yeah, David.
David. That was there's some great acting in that whole episode,
God.
And she probably get an Emmy for it or whatever they get, Golden Globe or whatever the hell they get.
Or a Nightmare, whatever it works. You know what I mean?
They're going to get the Emmy for episode 3, but I think my favorite episode might have been the one with the bloater.
That was like 4 or 5, was it?
Oh yeah, that was 4 or 5 with the little fella as well.
No, that was the second one. Was it?
The guys from
it was like the deaf kid and all that. That actor who played the deaf kids guardian brother. I'm not sure who. Yeah, I think
it was his big brother. Yeah.
That bit at the end where he shoots his brother, and then it's probably some of the best like facial acting I've seen in a long while.
And now it was all for nothing as well. He killed him because he was saving humanity.
Yeah, he was like, why did I just do? And then like I've never seen such anguish.
It was so many emotions. Yeah. Just so many, like because he
was
like,
through my soul.
Because Joe was gonna lunge in and obviously attack. He shoots the floor because he doesn't want to shoot him. Right? He's just made friends with this dude, so he's already going through this, seeing what's going down. He's screaming about Ellie, and he's like, he knows what what it's all worth, and then he himself unalived himself. And it was but that's what's going to get me towards the end.
The big question is, what do we watch now?
Mandalorian, what are you talking about?
I started watching Mandalorian the other day. I watched 4 episodes. It didn't really hook me, but I'll probably stick with it. But
stick with it, you fool.
It's just more action, action.
Because you know Ado's not going to watch anything. You know this. I need someone to watch this with as well, like Gush.
I think Rowan watches. Do you watch it,
Ronan,
John?
No, you watch it.
I haven't seen an episode of the
What's wrong with you lads? I thought you're all about the tellies as well. God, I'm just keeping up this side of it. Unreal.
I think John or Rowan's going to try and jump in, but I'm going to have to try and put another screen capture.
One of these days I'm going to force Ado to watch Blade. One of these days.
Blade.
The original Blade.
Yeah. The original Blade. Wesley Snipes, the whole lot.
Yeah. You know, that's a travesty that he hasn't.
No,
do you know,
he said he would.
Speaking of Blade, I know you're trying to get Rowan here, just a little aside. Blade 2 is a banger. I love Blade 2. People might disagree with me with that because people do. I really like. I like the sideways face guys. I like.
Oh yeah, I do like the.
Yeah, I like Blade 2.
I was gonna describe it very, very vulgar, but I thought, no, we're on YouTube.
Three is garbage.
I think I'll just leave it. I think we're going to end up rolling soon anyway. It's too awkward.
Oh my god, Rowan. Like,
sorry,
what
dude.
Does he do? Do you want me to help you? What do you need?
No, you can't help me right now.
You just
too
say
awkward.
ads. Just invite and then.
I know, but I've got all the different. I've got all the videos captured separately, and then it's just awkward doing it live. That's all.
My god, that's all right.
I'm sorry, I'm not a professional like the rest of you. Sorry,
let's put some F's in the chat there for Paddy. Jesus, some F's in the chat.
We're not all like big streamers like you, okay?
I'm just
okay.
I'm just helping you weave and navigate through this.
We're probably going to end soon anyway. We've been on nearly an hour anyway. Wait, what does everyone do for Paddy's Day?
Well, I'll be streaming.
Working.
Are you doing a live stream all day with Irish creators?
I'm trying to find some Irish creators. So I'm looking at you, Aurora. Adele.
Yeah, or Spud.
Alpha. I need to get like if Ronan's around, he can get me in, but I don't know what he's going on with the Sprogs and whatnot.
Yeah,
so
Sprogs. That's the thing. I'll be with my Sprogs too.
You'll be with your Sprogs. My Sprog is celebrating her own Paddy's Day.
Oh, nice. So, what's she doing?
Yeah, she's not drinking. That's for sure.
I hope not.
She tried her arm there the other day. We're all in the car. Sneaky, cheeky. She turns around. She goes, "Mom." I was like, "Yeah." When do you think I'll be allowed to taste wine? And I slowly turn and I look at my partner, and he's just sitting there going like, driving the car just straight on, like not making a body movement. I was like, when you're 18, she's like, "Oh, can I just try as a sip?" And I was like, "We'll talk about this another time."
Not now.
And he's like sniggering, and I was like, "If you make a sound, I swear to God, you're dead." He's like, "I swear."
Did they have a parade over there, Netherlands?
In Netherlands for Paddy's Day? No. They do in the pub though.
They do. Is there Irish pubs?
Yeah, there's loads. There's
Irish pubs everywhere.
It's a great place down the Utrecht, right? Just as you come out of the station. Can't remember the name of it, but it's the only Irish bar there. All around by Irish people. They serve Irish stew and coddle.
Yeah.
And
we have the most descents in the world and probably the most bars in the world.
Oh yeah.
The old Irish way, fighting and stuff. Fighting and stuff.
I go down there to get me bits. Like, practically go down and get me shopping out of those bars.
Horse riding
and fighting. Stone. You know what I mean? Yeah. Come out with a pail of water and everything. You're like, what are you
John's
doing?
working all day.
I'm working all day. Can't wait.
I could work if I wanted, but I probably won't be allowed. I'll have to wish with the Sprogs. What's everyone doing? What's everyone doing in the chat? What he's doing for Paddy's Day? He's getting drunk. Drunk out. The L spoils of war, they say. Come on now. What are we doing? Jinx, what are we doing? What are we having? What are we drinking? What about Spud? I know what Spud's going to be drinking. Spuds.
Guinness. No, sorry. It's too early for that. But it'd be Guinness for him, for you. Like, that's the thing. I have to go down and collect me Guinness.
Collect your Guinness.
Go down and collect me Guinness.
What, from an off license?
from the pub itself. They're the only place that has pint bottles.
All right.
All right.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm not trusting obviously cans. I'm not going for the small bottles of the import, blah blah blah, export, blah blah blah, or IPA, fucking whatever the hell that's with. I digress. We love you, Guinness. But the pint bottles are tried and true tradition. They haven't been messed around with. They're they're perfect. They travel well.
Will you have a few drinks, John?
Possibly. I'll see. I won't be home till like freaking 9:30, and then
see how tired.
You'll be jumping on live with me, yeah.
See how tired.
I could hop on for an hour.
Yeah, we hop on. We do a night session. We're just sitting here. We're all gonna be sitting there just talking shit. It'll be grand.
We
can do some like Shanos, a bit of old songs, but like or even mouth songs as well. That's an old Irish tradition. I
was like we could do it on a 24-hour stream maybe soon. Be great crack.
Yeah.
Haven't done one in a long time. Long time.
Speaking of Irish, go the back one, yeah.
Poor Netherlands Dutch people are gonna hire me on.
Speaking of Irishness and Paddys Day and all this, have you seen the crack with people getting offended by the SNL sketch? Have you seen this?
I didn't see the sketch, but I heard about it.
Yeah, I've seen bits of it. It basically they're making fun of like the Oscars, and it's like a guy pretends to be Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson.
Oh yeah.
They're basically standing beside each other, and they're like incomprehensible. And that's the whole thing.
And then been to Kerry.
And then at the end they go, "Oh, these guys haven't even started drinking yet."
Yeah.
And that's the whole sketch.
Who's getting offended exactly?
Me.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like if it's some person out there that says my great grandfather had an Irish wolfhound, so that makes me Irish, I swear to God, I will meet you at the slides.
I've seen a lot of people discuss this in Ireland. A lot of people again.
It is like so. I think it's just someone out there for a bit of clickbait because it is hard to think that is actually real. And if you're sitting there and you're one of these lads that's outside Ireland going like, oh, it's totally real, they're all offended. Baby girl, my God, sweetness. Bless your heart. Like, that's all I'm going to say about that.
I think Tig gets offended at St. Patty's Day.
Oh my God, stop. The murder, actual mayhem that happened today.
I can't wait for St. Patty's Day when they... Patty's Day when they run the river green and we just get shit-faced, man. It's going to be fantastic.
I'm like, and are you going to celebrate the snakes that got taken out of Ireland, or like...
I got called Patty in Australia. I see that written down. Patty? Yeah, I was working on a farm and I went in and they had my name wrote... Well, they didn't have my name wrote down, but they had Patty wrote down. That was my name. I was like, no. Paddy.
See now, look, you're even moving in your chair.
Say that.
But your name is Patrick. Your name is
Patrick. Yeah, but it's Podrick. Okay.
We know.
Unsure.
The Australians are actually very racist against the Irish. To be honest, when I was over there, they think we're very dumb. They think we're dumb. They've got these things that grow on the ground. They're watermelons, but they're like there's nothing in them. They're just basically like a weed, and they call them a paddy melon because there's nothing.
Paddy melon. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Because there's nothing in them.
Yeah. It's good to know that you're always having us in your mouth.
Yeah. Well, they just because they descend from the English, so that's why they think we're dumb, the bastards.
Oh yeah, that's colonial.
Anyone watching, drop a like, drop a follow. We're on a route to 1,000 subs this year.
We're also emigrating for sake of their jobs and their women as well. So
yeah, they're still looking for us to come over there. There's a housing crisis in Brisbane.
It's just hard. It's just so hard living rent free in some people's heads, right?
It's offensively poor comedy. I didn't watch it. I need to watch it to see what it's like. But that stuff just rolls our way back, and I never bother looking at it.
I don't bother about that shit. Like if they can't think of anything else creatively to take the piss out of, just leave them. Like
the only thing that is offensive, again, I think that's what someone said in the chat, but it's offensively bad. It's just not funny.
It's just not funny.
Is SNL funny anymore? They used to make massive comedians, and now they're shit.
They're just kind of like they have some funny moments. There's a couple of fellas that I like on it. Your man that does he takes the piss out of like some like singer songwriter or whatever. He says it's like Alonzo, and he keeps like making up his own songs.
Yeah, no, I don't
He's
watch
funny,
it.
But I think they shifted him out. He's no longer part of
it. If it ain't on YouTube, I don't watch it. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
I watch Netflix. I watch them all. It costs so much money these days.
If we were to take the piss out of the Americans, Jesus.
Well, we could. We might get some clicks then. We might get some clicks. Jizz Americans. Jesus.
That's how they sound. Jizz.
The South shall rise again. Yeehaw! Happy Paddys Day, bitches.
I can only do Valley Girl things. That's all I can do. Oh my God, did you see Brittany? Oh my God, she got a handbag that matched her eye color that was like so. And then Brett came, and that's it. That's all I got. That's what I see.
I think we should do a Father Ted stream on Paddy's Day. That's just.
There we go.
Perfect. Paddy's Day.
Shaddy.
Father. That's the worst thing.
That's all I can do.
Nothing represents Ireland more than Father Ted, and it's made by English people. God damn it!
Another one.
Channel 4. What's wrong with you, RT? What's wrong with you?
Ireland had, or what's his name? What's the guy who makes it?
I don't know.
Dermot Morgan.
Yeah, he's
Father Ted.
He's Irish. No, Dermot Morgan is.
Dermot Morgan,
Dermot Turner is Father Ted.
They're all Irish.
Yeah.
But I know that, but it was made on Channel 4. It's the same way of them.
Yeah, but we got a foot. Like, do you think RT is going to put
and Dairy Girls and what else?
Do you think they're going to
Mrs.
pause
Brown
the
Boys
6 o'clock church noise? Do you think
Mrs.
we're going to
Brown
all
Boys
stop and just
is
fucking
poison?
Yeah, but it used to be
Mrs.
good.
Brown's Boy.
When it first came around, it was alright, and then it's just the same thing over and over and over and over.
And then he went over to like Channel 4 or BBC or one of those mad.
It's always been on Channel 4. That's the problem. RT won't take that stuff.
Well, no, it was before. It used to be a stage show.
Bring back. Do we even still have Republic of Telly? What happened to that?
I'm not sure.
I can't believe this.
The panel was great.
The panel was good, yeah.
Yeah. They had the sketches from Rubber Bands, which I loved. You know, the Yolks.
Graham Linehan. That must be making, is it?
Graham Linehan, yes.
What else? What was the other show that we had that had Viper in it? The lads from the West.
Oh God, the Hardy Bucks. Yeah, that
Hardy
was
Bucks.
I've hashed the size of a baby's head, lad.
So tell me where is the good shows then? Because I haven't heard anything since that era.
I don't watch RT anymore.
See, and that's the reason why everything getting sold the BB bleeding sea.
I'd say RT goes on once a year with the toy show, and that's for the kids. That's it.
They took Graham from us.
Yeah.
They took Graham.
Yeah. No, he's sound. I like him.
We love Graham Norris.
He's a nice lad.
Still, I love him in the Father Ted with the whole.
Ted,
will you stop?
Do an L dance. Do an L dance with us. We're doing an L dance and the whole caravan.
One of my favourite sight gags from Father Ted is when he's buried underneath the rocks and he's looking with his hands and he goes around, Ted? He's actually trying to look for him with his hands.
And I said to him, how are you?
And I like the fun fair one, you know. There's a child lost in a tunnel of goats. There's a child lost in a tunnel of goats. So good. Just can't escape that.
Remember the big movie on a Saturday night?
It's a baby. But it's.
Do you remember you only had a couple of channels, so you just watched this one thing? But now you've got loads of channels, and you spend most of your time. I
remember when TG Carter came around, we all got stuck in school with that one. Ross the Ruin. Oh.
Yeah.
TG Carter. TG Carter actually took some of the good English shows and put them up before a lot of other people did.
I will give them props. At 6 o'clock, they used to show South Park all in Irish.
Did. Yeah, that's Gaelga. Yeah, it's South Park, that's Gaelga. It was
all in Irish, and it was translated so poorly. Yeah, it was perfect. Like, it was translated that it would be like a child's program, but we still seen the political messages. You know, so we've been watching that since the 90s in Irish. Think about that.
Shea.
I didn't even realize I watched the whole show in Irish. No wonder it felt weird for me when I watched it a couple of years ago. I was like,
can you speak Irish?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we can all speak a little bit.
But every so often I go into Swedish. So my whole mind.
Neil.
Got
Take him to me. Take him.
But the thing is, I go into like Swedish, so it gets like blended.
Yeah, I probably know more German than I do Irish. That's just sad. I think they should bring Irish back to every school in Ireland. To be honest,
they're already dead.
They didn't.
They
haven't.
They stopped it now.
Well, no, but like they don't speak full Irish. You learn Irish, but I mean like a Gaeltacht school.
I had to do that in school, so I was forced to do that in school.
That's the best way to learn, I think.
Yeah, and then we had like the bills in Irish. My mum used to go mad because she couldn't read it, so we all used to laugh. It was great.
Roland just let me know that he's releasing First Look Resident Evil 4 chainsaw demo. He should be ready to go tonight, I'd say, or in the morning. RoboCop, I haven't played it.
RoboCop trailer. If you haven't seen a RoboCop trailer, not a movie, we're talking about a video game. A video game.
I could have showed it. I could have showed it.
You could have showed it.
I could
But
have showed it.
classic. It's the classic reimagined, wonderful situation that I want as a RoboCop game. Mind you, like the last time we played a RoboCop game must have been on like a Sega, I think.
I remember
Right?
that.
Maybe I don't know. I have to. Somebody in the chat's gonna actually.
We still haven't got
put it
the
in comments.
electrocution when someone tries to rob your car. Remember that in the film?
Oh yeah, that was great.
The thing about
Step
RoboCop
away from the vehicle.
What I love about RoboCop is that the first one, like how that became a franchise sold to kids, is astounding. Because the first one is R-rated with a capital R.
I buy that for $1.
Yeah,
R
I buy
for
that
retarded.
Scarlet is so good.
Them movies hit different than movies today, don't they? They were so much darker.
Robo-
They were so dark.
That movie, Lethal Weapon.
No, but like them '90s movies though, with like RoboCop and stuff, or '80s, sorry, but they were different. Like they definitely were more violent, more dark, more like.
Well, RoboCop was very.
There was no CGI either. You know what I mean?
The first RoboCop was so satirical, and like it's such a good movie. The fact that they later on by RoboCop 3 they're making kids toys and everything, it's a bit mad.
Did you ever see?
What are you talking about? We had one like
the RoboCop cartoon.
Yeah, like we had the toys.
I never had the toys.
The first one has a man. The first one has a man get covered in toxic waste and then start melting and get hit by a car and turns into goo.
Nice. Did you ever see Children of the Corn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Jesus Christ, that's a horror movie. It's great, but you don't get horror movies like that today. Not like that today. They don't make them like that anymore. But that was scary shit. Like,
well, it's also the bloomification of horror these days. Everything is made by Blumhouse. Like it's like the Conjuring series and all these kind of stuff, and Annabelle, and like the same company makes all the horror movies. To be honest with you, the best horror movies I've seen in a long while have been A24 ones, like Hereditary.
Definitely.
There's a new one coming. There's a new one that's out. I want to see it because it's got mixed reviews, but it's more like an analog horror. It's Skinamarink. I want to give it.
Skinamarink.
You know what I'm looking forward to watching is Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to watching that.
That is not
and it's based on a true story too, which is crazy to think about.
It's based on a true story.
It got good reviews, man. Like it's literally going well. Like
based on a true story. It's
so is that one of them loosely based on a true story? Kind of
the real story is that a bear took cocaine and it died soon afterwards. Of it, people just would be mad if wonder what happened while this.
Get ready for it. You ready for it? Cocaine Bear grossed $52.4 million in the US and Canada and $14 million in other territories for the world total of $66.5 million. For people to watch Holy
crap.
It. Yeah, it made some mahula.
Ronan says that video is scheduled for 11 a.m. tomorrow, so please watch it the whole way through. Give Ronan a thumbs up. And we need, the algorithm. The more people watch it, the more you watch the whole lot of it, the more people will be pushed.
And how many Paddys? Now out of 7, that's your top mark.
How many Paddys out of 7?
How many Paddys out of 7 would you have given The Last of Us episode? Right?
I enjoyed the crap out of it.
What other movie game would you like to see kind of done either one way or the other? Either a game made into a movie or TV, or a TV or a movie that's be made into a game.
And we were talking about this a few weeks ago. I think it was, what did we say, GTA San Andreas? Something like that?
GTA San Andreas.
Yeah, well that's kind of like, it's a very generic...
I would like to see...
50 Cent is actually bringing out Vice City, sorry.
Detroit, that one.
Yeah, I never played that game. Good.
That one I want to do. Yeah, it's very emotionally driven. It's very, very crazy.
50 Cent's Bulletproof, please.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is that not 50 Cent Get Rich Die Trying? No.
That actually did pretty well.
I think it was one of them.
That did pretty well.
Listen, he was a shrewd businessman, even though he did lose all his money for a while, but he got it all back.
Yeah, I think that was bullshit, to be honest.
It could have been.
Yeah, he was just doing it so his woman couldn't take all his ex couldn't take all his money off him.
He's made like loads of money off water.
Yeah.
1 million.
Yeah.
Read his book. His book's very good.
23 copies were sold.
His book is brilliant. I've listened to it about 20 times. Bitch death upon me. Great album.
Well, there you go.
Get Rich Die Trying. Great song. I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
It's been a great show. We're missing the boys. As I said, they ran off together.
Be eloped.
Ronan, stop
they're
texting
skipping.
and pay attention to Aiden,
They're
will you, for
skipping.
God's sake? Pay
They're
attention
skipping
to Aiden.
around. Skipping.
If you drop a like, a follow, please. We got 678 subs. We need to get to 1,000. We need it by January. By January 1st. We did it. We're gonna do it. Might do a 24-hour stream in the middle to boost them numbers.
If you want to see me live stream on the channel, please let us know. I could do Battlefield because that's my cup of tea. So if anyone wants that as well, let us know.
It was very nice for everybody to stop in. Tink, where can we find you when we're not here? You're over streaming on Twitch.
I'll be live on Twitch. I'm a full-time streamer there, so I'm in there Monday to Friday. Tomorrow we're doing art. So for example, we're going to be doing something not as big, but we're going to do something similar.
That's class.
Right.
Nice.
So we're making pixel art. So we're making kind of stained glass features tomorrow. So if you want to join me for a chill out, bit of tunes, bit of gossip, we talk about the news, make some art, and then we can go from there. That's what I'm doing.
John's in the video making a video. I know that for Too Old for Gaming's video for a YouTube channel. What else are you doing, John?
Sure, you know me. I might stream at some stage. I always say that, but then I forget to. But Too Old for Gaming on everything. Too Old for Gaming on Twitch. Too Old for Gaming on YouTube. That's my content creation, and I do a little bit of TikTok as well, but not in a while. And also everything, Twitter, everything. I'm Too Old for Gaming. TOOLD for Gaming.
He's not too old for social media.
That's right. And what about you, Paddy?
The Republic of Players. You can hit me up anywhere. Anywhere the Republic of Players, you'll see me. You'll attach to it on Twitter, Facebook. Talk to us in the chat. Tinks Ma. Talk to us in the chat anywhere you like. Hit up the Alpha Fox channel as well, and Aiden on Twitch, on Twitter as well. I think it used to be, what is it now? AIDS? No, I don't know.
No. It used to be AIDS something.
Yeah, that's the old
I think it's like Aiden something, like Aiden.
Aiden
656, is it?
616. He's that universe, in Marvel Universe.
Please check out Ronan's video tomorrow, and please do, if you see our videos uploaded, please interact with them, look at them, watch them. We're amazing. Thank you.
We're on shorts. All of us are on shorts.
I must give Tink their logins.
This weather, shorts.
This weather's fucking freezing.
I'm on the short.